Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, now that it appears that we are live, who would like to give the recap for inspiration? Yes. I go and prep the side thing. Oh, and you guys are not on this map. You guys are still over here. Here we go.
Can do what I recall. Um, what I recall was we ambushed the guards that were coming back to the house. Sorry, to the holds of Undar, and we ambushed them, and they thought the necromancer was there giving him orders, and he convinced them very foolishly to give up their weapons. And then, of course, we just waltzed in and arrested them and put them in prison. And then we were not sure what we were going to do with them. Uh, so, under the zone of truth, we went through and found which ones were more likely to kill us in our sleep. And we segregated those. Well, actually, I think Orcag just hit them with crossbow bolt, and we left Timothy and forget what the other guy's name is in charge of the hold of Undar, and we gave him some money and told him to hire whoever was reasonable, and then we got on the ferry to come over to the other side of the lake in order to go to see the druids and then to the haunted manor.
Very good, very good. Is nearly correct in that you guys have not yet reached the ferry, but you guys are almost there. But very good.
Oh, I thought we were already on the ferry. Okay.
No, that's the
We
plan.
did start walking.
Yeah, you have started walking. You guys are on the path. I don't know why your token's not moved, but you guys are about here. So rest of it though, spot on. Very good. All right, you have earned your inspiration, and from there, our party begin making their way towards the Fenderwind Ferry. Unless you guys want a detour, but I imagine that's not the case.
In my opinion,
All right.
That's it. Straight there.
Right, heading straight there. Pushing along the path. You guys going slow, medium, or fast pace?
Medium.
Medium.
Medium
Yep.
pace. All right. Cool.
ever since I almost got killed, we don't do fast pace.
All right.
At the start of this trek, I was tracking the guy that got away.
Yeah, and you saw that they traveled south, and they just splintered off the path that you're going, and you guys decided not to go about it. Unless you want to diverge. Right. But you were tracking them, and they diverged right here.
Right. I'm not sure what tracking speed is. And I was just...
Tracking speed is slow.
Right. Yeah. So, we'd probably pick it up to medium then, at that point. I don't know, for time-wise.
Yeah. So, at this point in time, you guys have been traveling for a couple hours now throughout the woods, which seem to be very oddly silent, more so than usual for these woods. There's not really any sounds of crows or other carrion birds. There's no sounds of strange wildlife scuttling within the undergrowth. All you really hear is the faint whisper of the wind whistling through the trees.
Is it saying anything?
It is not saying anything now. Overall, though, the forest itself is concerning. But
can I roll something like a survival or?
It would be in nature to roll for this.
Nature?
Yeah.
I I don't really have that, so forget it.
Well, you can always roll any skill in 5e without being proficient. You just won't really have a higher bonus.
Okay.
I want to do a vampire folklore check. I'm
And
sure vampires are afoot when it's eerily quiet, right?
God.
you
You were
can
always.
roll me a folklore check.
Cool. What's the
Oh, God.
Intelligence plus proficiency.
alright? Intelligent perversion. Let me
Yeah.
just look at my skills real quick so I can find one.
Alright.
That's...
With an 8, you're not really sure
Yeah.
what would be the cause for such an eerie change in the forest atmosphere. Maybe there's a nearby kill what spooked away some of the forest wildlife, or maybe something startled the animals to keep them hidden. You're not really sure.
I'll
Where
pick,
Yeah.
I pick nature because that's the +4
Gotcha.
intelligence and proficiency.
All right.
It is a vampire folklore check.
With a 21 vampire folklore check, there's plenty of stories about the vampires having an otherworldly control over the woods, being able to call forth the beasts of the wild to aid in their own wishes and whims, acting as spies or even guardians of their domains. What you do know, beyond just basic folklore as an adventurer, well, as a bandit, as you probably do not wish to be called an adventurer, but
Thank you.
as your own individual self, what you do know is that vampires themselves, while they do have control over the wild and the like, it's more likely with the lack of any vampires in the recent years that this would be caused due to a beast that they have created. These forests are known to be filled with their night beasts. This eerie silence. It's even for this forest, it's weird, and you surmise that it's perhaps due to one of the night beasts prowling on a hunt.
Gotcha. And the thing we fought when we got that chest, that was a night beast,
Yes, that strange leopard-like phantasmal creature was a night beast.
right? Alright, so I guess Samurka would just notice and tell the others, keep your guard up. One of those creatures might be around.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Creatures.
Do you
As-
recall the one that we fought near the chest?
Yes.
One of those.
Oh, shit. Okay.
as you are discussing this, having traveled for some time, you would come upon a choice. You can continue along the path heading northwards. There's a bridge crossing just up ahead, but you know that the ferry itself is to the east. Either which way is across a river. In fact, that there would be a stream that you'd have to cross even if you do cross the bridge. It is up to you how you wish to get to the ferry, though. As you can see, that you guys are here, and there's a river flowing into the lake, and there's a small little stream flowing into the river.
If we cross the bridge, we can get some flag cleric. Because I recall we do need help from the alchemist. Yeah, okay, yeah, for the book, right? The book has invisible ink, and I couldn't figure it out.
Mhm.
So we need the alchemist. Right, that's the reason. Okay. Yeah, so
Yes.
I say we cross the bridge so we can get some fly.
And you
cleric.
were going to the ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just cross the bridge, get some herbs, and then just make our way to the
Yeah,
ferry.
crossing the stream is probably easier than the actual river anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Continuing along your way towards the mushroom grove, you guys would push forward and begin pushing off the road to the unbeaten path. And I don't believe you guys have anything that can remove the trackless penalty. Yep. So, adjusting your travel time now. Let's see here. Overland travel. You guys are now traveling at this pace. Okay. And as you reach the grove, that is the 4-hour mark for an encounter check. Alright. You reach the grove and find it is a rather shady, dense vegetative location within the forest here. It is moist. The ground itself is near marsh-like in many places, and there's plenty of fallen trees and decayed stumps that house this wondrous array of mushrooms, specifically the fly agaric.
Hmm.
Now, to harvest it would be a herbalism kit check. You can also use survival, but herbalism would be the most appropriate.
I got this. That's
I will
if
help.
I have proficiency, that's int plus prof, right?
Yes.
So just roll my nature check.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But,
also
yeah.
guidance from one of the 3 people that have it.
I also have a herbalism thing, so I'm gonna
sorry,
help you.
This is
Give you
harvesting
advantage.
it, so it'd be dexterity plus.
Oh,
Yeah, dexterity plus herbalism.
do you want to help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Okay. Do I have a dex skill that's not?
We can both have a
Oh, sorry. I'll roll stealth for it to match.
guidance.
Skill check. Stealth advantage.
Hey,
1d4.
Okay.
27.
All right. With a 27, you're easily able to find plenty of bushels of this large red-capped mushroom and harvest it for your own desires. You would know that the mushroom itself can be toxic, but it is also used in many druidic ceremonies. So, perhaps it has more uses than just poison or as a slightly dangerous edible. There are ways to eat it if you properly set it.
If you properly eat it, it can cause hallucinations.
Yeah, you know that. Don't worry about that.
can I do a check to further my knowledge on such?
Yes, it would be intelligence herbalism or
Mhm.
nature.
I mean, nature is the same check for me.
Mhm.
Where's my nature button? Boot.
All right. Let's see here. With the 17, the mushroom itself definitely has hallucinogenic properties to it. Many shamans within the area do use the mushroom to induce these hallucinations, not just, to have a good time, but to better bring themselves closer to the spirit realm, as it is through this mixture of dimensions that this hallucination provides that one can easier access the spirit wilds. You also know that one could distill this mushroom into a tea to create a toxin. One could turn it into, through alchemical tools, could create various potions with a variety of effects. Specifically, it would have the nature and the bestial properties.
Mhm.
And I believe knowledge as well. I gotta make sure, though. Yeah. Nature, bestial, and knowledge. Those 3 properties.
I take it that'll all just be thrown on it in the item lab.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a 27, you are able to harvest 16 essential doses of this mushroom.
Ooh.
All right. You can choose to attempt to harvest more, but doing so would risk ruining this crop. So essentially ruining it from future harvest.
Let's not do that.
It's not. We're gonna have to be talking to the dwarves later.
We don't know if we'll be here to harvest it, but it's just not the right thing to do.
Mhm.
If we want to maintain control of these lands afterwards, it is best to leave the crops intact. So we might make better use of them.
Mm-hmm. Or at the very least, we can sell them.
So this is if this is a narcotic, obviously, like the car signing or the Wayfarer of Dask, I might be interested since they do a lot of smuggling, right?
Mhm.
All right, I have added the 16 Flag Arctics to your item lab. For context for the stream, they are a poor quality reagent, specifically of the minor uncommon rarity. So, they can be used in potion crafting and the like. Magical means. Alright. But you have harvested your mushrooms, and it is time to travel to the ferry, I imagine. So, continuing on your way, you guys will push forward into the forest, heading towards the ferry. And it will take you guys about 2 more hours to reach the ferry. Let's see here. It should be at this point in time when you guys reach the ferry. Okay. Arriving at the ferry, you would see that there is a small shack kind of off to the side, kind of like with the eastern side of the lake, though this one's definitely just a shack and not a home. You would see that the chimney is alight, and you would also see that there is a small ferry tied to the dock.
Okay, he's on this side.
All right.
Well, Tarvis will lead the way and walk up towards the ferry, saying, "Ho, the ferry!" loudly, because he does that sort of thing.
It's true. It's true.
Because that's how you roll.
All right. As you call out rather loudly that the ferry is here, there is a moment of pause where the forest sounds yet still grow quieter, and then you would hear sounds coming from within the shack, and the door would open, and a familiar face, bushy sideburns, tied back, dreaded hair, would point his little hooked nose out of the doorway. Ah, you finished your work then. And for simplicity, I'm going to just put you guys on the Therinduin Ferry map because might as well have a map for this side of the river. So just grabbing your tokens, copy, and Therinduin Ferry. Boop. I suppose it'd be time to get you across the lake then. How'd the hunting go?
Good.
Everything went well.
Don't be bothering us anymore.
It shouldn't be. We killed their boss. We got rid of a fair number of their men. Got rid of all their undead. The rest seemingly lost control and started attacking.
Good. Right. Yeah. I have it all set up and prepared for you. Just been waiting. So, right this way. It'll make its way to the ferry. Alright.
Equips self to boat.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you all set upon the ferry, you guys begin to make your way across the lake. Taking the time and all that good stuff. All right.
I will mention to him as we were crossing the lake that one of them got away, and we think that there is a small group of them that probably left the area, but they might still be around. He should be aware of that.
Right. Be sure to keep a little crossbow nearby then. Doors locked and all that. Appreciate the heads up. Now where am I setting you off at?
We would like to go to Druids.
Ah, the old stones then. Right. Alright.
Well, our carriage is also currently still at the other hut.
So head to the other ferry first then.
Yeah.
Right away then. Let's see here. You can go. Alright. As he begins to sail you or row you across the lake, there is a chance for the evening encounter due to the particular nature of what's going on in the forest. Alright. But your venture across the lake goes by uneventfully, and you arrive back at now the accurate map of the Fenduin Ferry, with no issue to be had.
It's almost like we never left.
Indeed. Right. Well, here we are. I've had your horses set up with some druidic warding, so they should be fine. No issues there.
Oh, thank you.
I'll move on down and you'll check on your companions. Ah, yep. Just as I left them. Okay. I'll pull that around for you. Just hold a moment. Oh, things above him. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with rotating, it's fine. Right away. And here you go. I think I'm gonna stick on this side of the lake for a bit now, though. Something's does odd on the west side of the lake. Can't quite picture it.
Yeah, we noticed that ourselves. It's strange.
Strange is one way to put it, yes. Well, if you needed any more ferrying about, I can get you around, but I definitely won't be staying on that side. At least not for the week.
Has anything like this feeling occurred before?
Every couple of weeks. It's not too common, but over the past, say, 3 months, picked up more. Now it's a couple of weeks rather than once in a blue moon.
Not good.
Certainly not. Right. Yes. Anyways, I'll leave you to it. He's going to make his way back to his shack unless anyone wants to do anything else.
We make sure we pay him for his services, or is there? Do we have a tab? I don't know.
All right. Paying him for services, all that good stuff. You're looking at about 5 gold.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure we pay him before we leave.
Excellent. All right. And as he has been paid, and you guys have all hooked up upon your carriage, making your way northwards, we continue. All right. Now we're dealing with horse speed. That is much faster indeed. All right. I need to go check the time real quick.
Oh no, that's too fast.
All right. So, before I actually have you guys depart with your horse speed, when you guys arrived at this side of the ferry, it is definitely sunsetting. Would you like to stay within your companion's shack as previously offered last time you were here, or would you like to press onward and make your way to the stones, which are a little over an hour away?
A little over an hour, so we'd make it, right?
It would definitely be nightfall when you arrive.
At the camp with
Jack
the
sounds
druids.
better to me.
I'm neutral regardless. Whether we stay or we go. Whether we stay in the park in the morning or if we leave now. Margaret shrugs.
It is a short distance. I don't see why not, and we can simply rest up there for the evening.
Sounds good to me.
In fact, couldn't we take? Well, no, that would take a little more time.
All right. You could go at a fast pace instead of a medium pace, and you get there before full evening.
Oh, the DM wants us to have encounters.
I mean, if we get an encounter, then we long rest, you know.
Yeah. And thankfully, I've been updating my token on the NPC library, so I still have my level 3 mark egg.
Uh-huh. Well, it does seem, either which way, if you're going medium or fast, that you do intend to go to the Menhir Stones tonight. So, you guys will either arrive in about half an hour, or will arrive in about an hour 5, hour 10. Up to you. If you want to go medium or fast.
Let's just
Let's
go
No-
medium.
No fast speed.
Medium?
Please no.
All right.
Yep.
Guys, take some time and begin clicking your tongue and switching the reins as your horses, Elmer and Stu, begin trotting along the path down the forest road. Like on this side, or like on the west side, this side is also eerily quiet. It definitely feels off to you. Though every now and then you do hear the caw of a raven or a crow that does pierce the silence. So perhaps it's not all bad on the east side of the lake. However which way, though, I'm gonna go grab your tokens, put you guys on the Menhir Stone map. Control H. Ducking you guys back to being your proper positioning. Who's driving the wagon?
Like Casimir is, because he started learning from what's her face.
Aha. All right. Control F and E. Guys begin trotting your way into the area. It is quite dark, but overall it's not too hard to see for those, since I believe most of you have dark vision.
Tarvis will light up the dawn hammer.
Alright. And suddenly, you all can see fairly well within the ring of light created from the hammer, though some of you feel uneasy as the light seems to mark you as a beacon, a presence within this darkened forest.
A little bit conspicuous, right?
It's fairly inconspicuous, yes. Or it's very conspicuous. But either which way, you do see the Menhir Stones rising up the edge of your vision. The runic glow upon them, indicating that there is magic within these stones.
Did we know how to knock?
I can go yell at the door.
I don't believe I gave you guys a secret knock. Yeah.
Honestly, can't remember. It's been a little too long.
Yeah, I don't know if we can actually contact the druids or if we just camp inside the circle and maybe they'll poke us.
Told them about the bandit.
Last time we came was with our friendly ferryman who knew the secret handshake.
Well, let's figure it out.
Hmm.
Walks up to the stuff.
I'm thinking we might want to pull the carriage closer.
Hmm. Do we recall what he did?
You can give me a intelligence check.
Okay,
Mm.
flat one.
Intelligence plus... No, just intelligence, okay.
But also with guidance.
Oh, so
But also with guidance.
16.
All right.
I rolled an at one.
It's true. It's an unfortunate affair. You don't quite remember exactly what he did. Morcag, you know that there were some hand movements involved as well as some words. Definitely in a language you do not understand. You can assume it's Druidic.
Hmm.
But you do know that part of it was placing a hand upon the men here. So maybe that's something that you could do.
Yeah, I'll do that. Take off my glove. Put my hand on.
Alright. Place your hand upon the cold stone, and it's cold at first, but then you feel warmth enter your body. A feel of summer radiating through these cold stone.
Hmm.
Somewhat inviting due to the cold breeze of autumn that you're dealing with currently. Do you do anything else?
I guess maybe this opens up. So did he talk out loud?
He spoke aloud, yeah. He
All
spoke in
right.
Druidic, though.
I guess I'll treat this like pushing down the button of an intercom, and Marco will say, uh, "Druids, where the adventurers you spoke, we're back. We're here to report what happened at the Homes of Hundar." Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright. This moment of pause. Then you hear the sound of stone grinding upon stone.
Oh, so it was like an intercom. Cool.
Nah, one of the druids is just taking out the trash.
He.
As a large stone dais begins to swirl off hinges and reveals a stairwell leading down. And from that,
Lord.
you would hear footsteps rising from these stairs.
Marco moves backwards, letting the charisma classes go ahead of him.
As you would see a familiar face. Somewhat green of skin, mossy green hair, long elvish ears, almond-shaped eyes. Exits from the stairwell. You've returned then.
Yes.
Greetings.
Oh, thank God.
We've done what we said we would do. We've eradicated the bandits. And we've killed the necromancers.
This is joyous news indeed.
He nods.
One less
And
threat
we
to the
destroyed their
forest.
ritual site.
I was gonna say that. That's good. He backs away.
Hmm. What was the purpose of this ritual site? Do you know?
To animate
Yeah.
more undead.
Its destruction is most
Also
needed
want
then.
to- There's also one to contact somebody.
Hmm. There is notably some form of artifice left on the higher floors of the holds. It is some form of communication between the bandit leader we slayed, Sloan. The word escapes me. Slain. Sure. And whoever his masters are.
I suspect that whoever their masters are located to the south.
Well, perhaps it is not the last we see of these bandits then. But they are gone for now then. You have ensured that their kidnappings have finished?
We have disrupted that particular operation, yes.
Did you find any of my own flock amongst their dungeons?
Kane shakes his head.
I'm hoping some.
Morcax only realizes that they forgot to ask about that.
We found two living prisoners, but they were both from the village.
I see.
Okay, out of character. Were we told about what happened to some prisoners? Were some of them sent to the south?
All you were told from the other prisoners is that some were taken and were dragged away. Some of the guards told you that they were taken within carts and carriages, but they don't know where they went from there.
Okay. It is possible they are somewhere else. I do have confirmation that they might have a base to the south, so it is possible they are there.
Well, that's a lead at least. Well, I thank you for stopping what you could, and for destroying that foul ritual of theirs. Though the communication circle, it is most concerning, I'd say.
If you wish to investigate that matter, or maybe send some of the members of the Green Path to do so, we left a small army of both survivors, a few bandit brutes returned to our side, and whoever else they pay to keep the hold free to further bandits.
And you trust these brutes to maintain their allegiances to yourself?
One of them, yes. And both the survivors should, they'll be on our side.
Those that have allegiance to gold. But we still need to determine which one is doing this for the gold and which one is doing this for the sake of the brutality of it.
They have been paid for the time being, and it seemed that they were not being well paid for their services prior, so their loyalty should be well enough for the time being.
Well, I suppose that will have to be enough for now.
We figured it was better to hold the keep as opposed to leave it for whoever else wants to go crawling.
Oh, certainly. These woods are filled with monsters, not just of the beast variety. If it were left unchecked, it would be assuredly filled with some other, well, be quite frank, bastard who wishes to tame these woods. Or
Are the woods
use
still
these woods.
Are the woods still quiet? Out of character.
They are.
Speaking of woods, no doubt you notice the lack, or rather the lack of, it's too quiet.
I have, as have the others within Moon Reavers. It is another one of our concerns that continues to grow. We've been looking into it, but with the disappearance of our master, and yet more of our members, we've got quite a lot on our plate, and not enough hands, which is why I wished for you to come back when you are done with your business.
Oi, so we kicked over one rock and we're ready to kick over the next.
Well, in that case, I cannot say for sure what is the cause of this ominous presence over the woods, but it is assuredly coming from the south. Whatever it is not something I can handle by myself, nor with the other Moonravers. We need our master back. We need Master Tem back. Judging from what you've uncovered with the bandits, and what we know of their disappearances and capturing of folks upon the road, it's my belief that they are working with whoever stole away our master, Master Tem.
Hey, what was the name of the bandit leader again?
Let's see here. Be on this one. Be over here. Have you guys a name?
I believe one of the other necromancers brought it up when we were dragging him into the hallway to trick him.
Alright, I'm just gonna look through my notes then, because his token's doesn't have his name changed.
I know there was a couple references to names. I don't know if it was specifically like the leader's name though.
I didn't give you the leader name. I might have given you the Bloodseeker's name,
The Bloodseeker.
but it was, like an offhanded name give.
Well, sorry, that's what I meant. I didn't think we had learned that one, but I might have just missed it.
Alright. Well, I'm not seeing anything in my notes for his name, so he's not important enough to have a set in stone name. So we're gonna go with Gregor.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I can't remember his name, and I'm gonna put it on his token so I don't forget it next time. Although he's dead, so don't know how important that will be.
There will be a next time.
Alright. If I need him again, his token now says Gregor.
We're in a necromantic area. I feel like his name is, his corpse could come back.
It's true. It's true.
Actually, wait. I did kind of incinerate him. Maybe not.
Well, don't worry about it. Anyways. With our master missing, there's not really much of anything we can do about the forest and whatever's happening in the south. And I don't know about you, but myself and my flock dare not travel to the ruins down there. I'd advise against your own group traveling there, at least not yet. Thus, I think for now, there's a bit of a coinciding within our two tasks. See, my master was also looking into something that Lady Rosevane was looking into. A haunting song. It seems to come by every... what was it? 13 years or so? A song that those who hear it do not live to see the 14th day. They were working together with Lady Rosevane. Much of her notes on this were left within a manor house, and it is my belief that, Kazatem, my master, was around the manor's grounds when he was last seen. His last notes of where we was located. He was helping her with her project.
So he could have been present whenever whatever happened to her happened.
Indeed. Perhaps clues can be found there. Unfortunately, the manor grounds are... even my own powers over the green cannot hamper with the angered spirits their control.
We were heading there next. We'll see what we can do. Maybe the deceased lady will act favorable towards us and have a chat.
Perhaps. So judging from the nature of that manor house, it is likely that they are enraged in some way. Be difficult. Prepare yourself. They may not wish you harm, truthfully, but it is hard for spirits to control themselves. Moreover, she will pull out a small amulet in the shape of a wolf's claw, and she will hand it to Kane. This here is a symbol of our order. If you find any sign of this symbol within the manor grounds, that is likely sign of where our master went.
He nods and he'll take the symbol, amulet.
Now, I cannot show you our language, for its secrets are protected under, well, primal magics itself, but if you do happen upon any druidic runes, do note them down. We can translate them for you.
That would be useful. Thank you.
As Tarvis kind of waves a glowing hammer. Well, I wouldn't count too much on simply bonking with a hammer to stop a ghost, or whatever spirit she rose up as.
It's a magic hammer.
Well, with it being magic, you perhaps find some ground, some impact to her. But spirits do not leave so easily once bound to the material plane. It's likely she will remanifest if she is destroyed. You'll need to find something that binds her. Whether this is to beseech her, try to reason with her, or to send her on to the afterlife permanently. I'm sure she looks towards Casimir. The priest of Nepalis can provide greater insights in rituals of this sort.
Indeed. Oh, sorry.
Which, out of character, I will provide you at the time as it comes necessary.
Indeed, we were given some supply as far as exorcising her ghost goes. So.
Good. Now, is there anything else you might ask of me?
You know anything more about this song?
Well, what I do know is, let me go scroll down to my notes to go and get you information. Da, 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 da.
Might I be able to do a history check or something?
You could do history, yeah.
Hey.
You've heard of folktales and stories of a song that seems to come by within these parts every 10th year, every 13 years or so. You're not exactly sure. The tales switch often, how often it reappears, but they are all the same. The song itself seems to drive those who hear it mad, frantic in their searches, desperate even, many of which meet untimely ends through accidental falls or even bloodshed caused by their frantic panic. Anyone who tries to calm them finds it, even through magical means, nigh impossible. You do know that the song itself always seems to be the same. It always seems to have a sorrowful tune to it. Though none of those who give these reports, none of these folktales truly give any straight answers to what the song actually is.
Right, because none of them would have heard it.
Exactly. But there is at least rumors going about that, well, it's definitely a folktale in these parts now. And adventurers know
Yes.
that folktales have some semblance in truth.
When we were put on this path, we were told that she was researching something that had something to do with her lineage. So this song has something to do with her lineage.
Perhaps.
It was certainly interesting. I don't know exactly the full extent of their research. What I do know about the song is that what was uncovered, what was informed, or what was provided to us here, the song is not just folktale sung by the local townsfolk of Razvin or the outlying farmsteads. It is real. And every 13 years, the song reemerges. And those who hear it, though there's no real knowledge, at least none that they found, as to who hears it. But those who do hear it have 13 days. 13 days to find what they can to stop the song, or their life is at an end on the 14th sunrise.
As I recall from folklore, most of these folk tend to meet unfortunate ends. Accidents, bloodshed. Do you know if the song itself is what kills them, or is this all coincidental?
Well, I can't say for sure. What Master Tem spoke of was that there were some drawings of supposed victims within the manor house. He described some of them having been simple accidents, those who fell off a cliff, snapped their neck, those who drowned in a river, those who were crushed by a falling tree while out on a run for lumber. Then there are those who simply died in their sleep while still young. Others who seemed to gain a nosebleed that didn't stop sanguinating them. The manner of death does not seem to have any real correlation with one another. All that really matters is that on the 14th sunrise, the victims of this song die.
Hmm. Do you happen to know how long it's been since the last report of the song being heard was?
Well, that would have been... let's see here. Would have been nearly 13 years ago today.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take a month and some change.
So I have a bit of interesting information to share here. Among the many that the bandits have captured and spirited away elsewhere, there seems to be a bard missing.
I cannot speak more on any missing bards. We haven't really encountered much here. It's likely, though, wherever they took my master, this bard is likely being held as well.
I assumed the same. So this song, do you have to hear the whole thing?
Honestly, I cannot say for sure. The notes of my master and Lady Rosevane would really be the answer to any of these questions. I'm only providing second-hand information.
Do you have any candles?
Candles? Yes, we do have candles down below we can provide.
We'll melt them down and plug our ears before we go into that house, right?
I don't know if the house itself is particular to these reports.
From what I recall, the location did not seem to have any... The manor itself did not seem tied to the song. But the research was being done on the song there. Perhaps there is some ties to it. If Lady Rosevane was searching into her lineage, and these songs is what I know she was searching into from my Master Tem, perhaps there is greater correlation between the manor house than previously thought. But anything of that nature would likely be found deeper within the crypts, or perhaps within the old family mausoleum. From what I gather, they do hold a mausoleum within the manor grounds. And there is a local graveyard. Perhaps they have a plot there as well. Margrave's Hill, I believe it's called.
Oh, that's an interesting question for you. Would you know where the crypt of Undar might be?
That one I'm going to have to roll for. Alright, let's see. NPC list.
Does she look like she's thinking? If she does, I'm going to give her guidance.
She does look like she's thinking. It's 1d4 plus her bonus in the thing. Let's see here. It was BA. Yeah. Let's see. I can't say for sure. Perhaps within Margrave Hill. It's the only graveyard that immediately comes to mind.
We found, what was it, a book? Ancient legend thing? Oh, right. Somebody was inspecting the statue.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be on me to talk about.
That all said, if it's not within Margrave's Hill, there are plenty of old ruins and grave sites on the southern edge of the lake. Could be down there. Though such a place would likely be infested with night beasts.
It is a continent of the wood.
Well, it is getting dark. Can we stay the night?
Yes. The area is protected through the stones here. Should be safe from any night beasts. You do have some guest chambers down below. I don't have a place to bring a carriage down those stairs, but we can set them off to the side. The glade itself here is protected. She'll place her hand upon the stones, whisper a word in Druidic, and the stone will open.
I guess Tarvis will pop a tent and stay out here with the horses.
All right.
I'm assuming.
Casimir will also stay outside.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, let's see. I need to
I'll
case other
take the
joints.
inside if no one else is.
Hmm.
All right. So, down below, it would be a series of stone-worked hallways with stone archways blocked by wooden doors that's built from pure bark from the woods above. But the doors seem oddly sturdy for just being simple bark, not like worked wood. As you move down, though, she would point you off to a side chamber down a hallway to the left. That there is the guest quarters. Should hold a private or public bathhouse of sorts. That's one way to call it. It's mostly just a pool, a natural glade. But wash away the dirt from your travels there. And in the door across the way from it, there it is. Beds you can use. Alright. Now, if there's anything else you guys wish to do for the remainder of this evening, then that can be done.
I want to case out the joint since we're let in. Might as well, right?
Right.
So,
If you're wanting to case out the joint, you're definitely have to stealth because
yeah.
you get the idea that they are not letting you explore deeper.
I wish it was a vampire. But yeah, I'm gonna stealth onto all that. Let's see. You just
Tarvis,
pretend
we'll
I'm-
go downstairs and check it out at some point after unhitching the horses and making sure they're taken care of.
Mm-hmm. You add anything to that total?
I will not. This is per day or per game?
Destiny is per long rest.
Oh, I'll use a destiny.
All right.
19.
18. All right. As you begin to move through the tunnels, you would see that there appears to be a few sections of note. At least before you are noticed and shooed back to your quarters. As the DC was actually 20, because their passive perception is 19.
Or,
Yeah. Anyways, you would find some things of note. There does appear to be a library down here. Shelves upon shelves of ancient stone tablatures that seem to be carved within Druidic writings. Certainly would hold some interest there, if one could understand Druidic. Or perhaps interest just because, well, if you can get some Druidic writings and you can bring in someone else who can read Druidic, there's some value there. You would find that there is an alchemy laboratory down here as well, though its design is more towards herbology rather than proper scientific alchemy. You would know that there is likewise down a grand hallway, opens up into a vast chamber with a tree growing underground, strangely enough, which houses this large central chamber, and there are several chambers going off from there. From this large central tree chamber, you would see that there are a few signs of sorts carved with Druidic runes. You can surmise that some of them lead to additional quarters, some lead to halls of teaching, and some lead to perhaps something most secretive, as the passage that's most secretive is, well, guarded. And as you notice this, you are noticed yourself.
I head back to my room then.
All right. Anything else people would like to do for the evening?
I would ask if. Well, I was going to ask if they maybe had a library and if I could peruse their books.
Do you speak the Druidic tongue?
No, but I speak a little bit of Sylvan. And I have some magic to help me comprehend things.
Well, your magic will not allow to understand Druidic, unfortunately, but... roll me persuasion checks.
The E
All right. With a 19, are you wanting to add anything to the result before I reveal your results?
I'll reveal my results.
All right. With a 19.
Like a pimp.
Look, I have to ask. It's required.
You're totally like a pimp.
Mhm. With a 19, though, as you inquire about perhaps perusing their library, there is definitely hesitation there, but you know, there are a few tomes that you would be able to understand that you can see about you looking through for now.
Mhm.
Right. And they would allow you entry under supervision to the library. There are a few tomes that are in Sylvan. What are you interested in actually looking through?
I would cast comprehend languages on myself and just kind of start looking through general topics, like history of the area, anything we might need to know. Maybe there's some hints at things that we weren't told, like about the song.
Right, roll me an investigation check.
Mhm.
18. With an 18, you don't really find much down here. A lot of what you're finding appears to be some fey ley lines, gateways, and the like that are connected to this forest to the Feywild, specifically the courts of the autumnal and winter courts.
Might they have maps of those?
With a 19 or 18, there would be a few maps in those books. Yes.
Could I sketch some lines over my map of the Noctis Woods?
Yes, I'll provide you additional notes in a second. Addition to that, with an 18, you would gather that the forest itself, through one of the history books that you would have uncovered, it does not appear to have been always ruled by Baruja. At one point, it was independent. You'd need to spend more time reading through this book to actually gather great information in that. But your research has provided you with some gateways and the knowledge that this forest, this region of Baruja, was not under the vampire's control or of the old houses before they fell into darkness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's what you are able to gather through your evenings of research. Anything else you guys would like to do?
Tarvis is gonna check out the kitchen and see what kind of tasty stuff these druids grow.
All right. Looking around for some, dinner. There is a nearby mess hall of sorts, which you can see that there are some local acolytes who are enjoying meals, most of which appears to be of meat-based dishes. Plenty of venison, plenty of rabbits, even some wild boar cookings here. Though there are sides of vegetables, wild onions, some cow with parsnips, various plants that could be found in a forest. But for the most part, it appears to be lacking in the spice. So if you are one who likes a lot of spice, probably not too enthused. But if you don't like spice that much,
At this
then
point,
it's good.
Tarvis is down for anything that's not, what is it, mushrooms that we're carrying around and eating
Yeah,
for every meal?
It's fair.
Berries.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
It was
berries.
berries. Yeah.
Berries. Anything that's not berries. Yeah.
It is a welcome change in that case. The
Right.
food itself is cooked decently enough. It's not like they have a master chef here, but they do have, they have someone trained who's cooking the food. What you do notice, though, is that most of the meat here is often cooked to be in a rare sort. So, like, rare, medium rare, or very rare. They like it bloody, is what you're finding.
Uh-huh. Do these acolytes smell like dog?
No.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Though the place does smell like dog, in a little bit.
Okay.
But I mean, unless you go up to an acolyte and be like, sniff, sniff.
He's not gonna. I mean, they're druids. He's not gonna ask, but he's thinking, these are some spooky woods. There might be some werewolves around here.
All right.
Can I take a bath without anybody coming in?
Yeah, there was a private bathhouse, air quotes, and then there was a public bathhouse.
Okay. As long as it's private, I'll take a bath.
Excellent. Right. You wash away the grime of the road, and it is most soothing. Anything else you guys would like to do for the evening? I try to find my icons so I can make these things visible.
Danny's gonna take a bath too.
Excellent.
Oh.
All right.
What? A vampire senses a tingle.
Oh no, tingle tingle. All right.
Can vampires be druids? Morcax wakes up at 2 in the morning with that question.
He
Ultimate
like
question.
wakes up with a start in his. The vampire.
It's a vampire tree. That's why it's on the ground.
I get it now. Yeah.
Buys more silver weaponry. So, would I guess that be enough for our 2 XP to level up? Like turning in and talking to the druid? Because I think you mentioned that, right? That's why you had us prep our level 4?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I can switch my token.
Yeah. The quest at this point is considered completed, and you guys have acquired the following quests. The Sorrows... Actually, you already had the Sorrow Song from back in town. You have gained more information about Sorrow Song, and you have acquired the quest known as... should be the 5th one on this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, 6th one. The Well of Despair. Don't worry about the name. It's been unlocked.
Nice. So that's when Morcax starts taking the armor and the weapons that he took out.
Alright. Oh no, you've also unlocked that quest too. You've unlocked the Whispering Knights quest as well.
Hey! That's the name of our group.
It's true.
I need to roll HP.
Alright, but yes, you guys having arrested, having turned in the Old Zavundar quest, essentially, not really getting the quest reward for the coins just yet, as you have to go back to Rasman for that, but you have essentially completed the quest, and thus you guys have gained the necessary quest reward of 5 experience, which I believe levels you guys up, making sure. Yep, does level you up to, get to level 4. Alright, I'm going to mark that on my notes. Let's see, holds of Undar completion. 5 XP. Boop. Alright. And while you guys do your little quick changes to your tokens, since I imagine there's a little bit to change in some of your regards, I am going to make some of these visible for you guys. The icons on the map. Alright, and then there should be this one up here. Right.
And I'm done. Poggers.
Alright. Let's see here. It should be that 1, 2, 3. Just 3 that you found with the... Yeah, it's just 3 with an 18. Okay. Alright. Visible to players. So, I made 3 things visible to you guys on the Noctis Woods map. I've made a Feywild Gateway visible. I've made a Corrupted Gateway visible. And I've made a Menhir, or not Menhir, a Way Shrine visible. Way Shrines are like Menhir stones, but they are arcane in nature and connect to other Way Shrines. So if you are tuned to 2 Way Shrines, you can short port between the 2.
Oh, hey, more stuff for us to collect.
It's true. Anyways, the Feywild Gateway appears to be near the Shack of Bullock Vos. The Corrupted Gateway appears to be at the Hill of Vos, the scary tree image that you guys have on your map. And then the Noctis Way Shrine appears to be southwest of the ruins of Castle Damashku.
Maybe that's why the tree's scary. It's corrupted.
Alright. There's your prepared spells. Very nice, very nice.
Well, it's just my spell list because I'm not a bird caster.
Aha! Oracles!
Yes. Actually, I had a quick question. So at level 1, you get a free choice between Cure Wounds and Inflict Wounds. For the purposes of changing out spells when I level up, is that a valid one to change out or no?
Let me go check. What feature that is that under?
It's Heal or Harm.
Heal or harm.
Power to heal or harm, sorry. It says, in addition
I would say whenever you your switch, you can choose to switch that from inflict or cure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. I'm not doing it because I decided against it, but
Yeah. Since it doesn't specify once you make this choice, it cannot be changed. I'm okay with it being swapped whenever you do your level.
also I like planar healing because it's basically fast healing.
Yeah, playing healing's great. I also need to do a lot more spell conversions. A lot of spells need to be converted. Yeah. Especially since I've been working on the psionic classes. So, you know.
Oh boy, psionics.
Yeah. It's gonna be a thing. I have to make sure that they kind of fit with the base 5e psionics too, or update those base 5es pretty heavily. So it's been a bit of a tricky pickle. Anyways, that is your evening. You guys rest, a completed long rest, no issues, and you wake up feeling refreshed. Removed of any of your exhaustions or any weaknesses that you were feeling. You feel fine. Like you know, you needed that rest. Like you haven't slept in ages, and you finally just got a 12-hour nice rest. It was perfect.
Nice.
But you wake up and rise up from the old ruins, and, well, here we are.
Empires, we're rising up.
Rise up.
I'm just gonna make this visible and close it. Boop, 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 boop. As Kane is locked in there forever. Ooh, no. Alright.
Alright. Clean, well rested, and well fed, and we're gonna, at this point, make our way up to the manor, right?
Yep.
Any further preparations we need to do before we go? We're pretty set.
I don't think so.
Alright.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
To the manor then.
Alright.
I assume a medium pace.
Yep.
Alright. Setting off along the forest road. Look at how nice it is to have a freaking carriage. All that was almost 3 hours.
Nice.
That is still one encounter check, though. Would you like to spend destiny to reduce that?
Nope.
You accept your fate then.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
Give me XP or give me death.
756. This is gonna be fun. Let's see, you guys would have had it northern, so it's probably something simple then. It's not fun. Where's my simple table? Let's see here. Okay, it's not as simple. Definitely not as simple. But it might be completely ignored. So, as you are riding along the old forest road heading northwards towards Rosevane Manor, the beating of your horse's hoofs clacking against the stonework road. Everyone roll me a perception check.
Nice.
Is it hearing base?
Shit.
It is... I would say hearing first, yeah. Alright. Tarvis, Danu, Kane, and Morkag would notice it first. Casimir and Zerai don't notice it at all. That is unfortunate because Casimir is the one who's driving the carriage.
Mm.
So, as you are riding along, those who are within the carriage's interior, looking out the windows, or, doing what you're doing, waiting to reach your destination, you begin to hear something. Something crackling from outside the normal sounds that seem to have returned within the forest. No longer hearing the lack thereof of sound. The normal forest sounds have returned, but the normal forest sounds are being broken up by the sounds of breaking branches and ominous cries. And it's Tarvis who hears it first, as they hear the sound of a pained whinny from off in the distance. And then another. And another. And another. And as this is going on, Casimir, we're not quite able to catch what was happening. I will give you one potential chance to save this, to avoid just being instantly shooped, and that is to roll me perception checks with your 2 horses. It's not going to be an instant fail, but you're definitely going to be having penalties. So this will negate the penalties if you succeed your horses check.
Okay, so I'm just rolling flat d20s for the 2 horses.
I believe the horses have +2. Let's see here, draft horse.
Oh, sorry. There's a stat block inside. Oh no, these are just riding horses. Yeah, they're.
Oh, no, they just have plus. Yeah, all right. They should have stuff for them, so. All right, look at that. One of them did it. How nice. All right, so as you are riding along, one of the horses begins to neighing out, whinnying in fear, as from the road itself, as you turn the bend, you ride directly into, well, what you didn't catch on to just now, a horde of zombies. I need you to roll me a dexterity-based riding check to see if you can avoid getting barreled over by these swaths of undead.
All right, dexterity check. Let's go. Am I allowed to add guidance at all? I assume not.
No. There's a little... If you had made your perception, I would have allowed it.
Yeah, all good.
Well,
Nice.
All right. I need to roll some checks for your horses now. I'm just
may I
gonna...
help?
Are you riding shotgun?
Yes.
You may help then. You have an advantage, Casimir.
Nice. I can't wait to roll a 1 and
Right?
Okay.
Hey!
Eldritch
Yeah.
fucking doom. All right. So, Zerai, you're also not really paying much attention. But lost into your own thoughts, you are shook from them when you realize the carriage itself is tilting onto 2 wheels instead of 4. That's pretty concerning. Noticing this,
Yeah.
you jump into action and rapidly grab hold of the reins, pushing them back as, with both you and Casimir pulling on them, you guys right yourselves and begin barreling through the hordes. Now, at this point in time, you guys are currently driving through a horde of about 12 different horde zombies, so technically that's about 40, like 60 zombies or something like that. I have to do the math manually,
Oh
but
my
you know,
lord.
it's a lot of zombies. So, you guys have managed to avoid getting just carriage wrecked, horses strewn about, you guys all broken down and flipped in an upside down carriage, which is very helpful. Now to avoid actually being slammed by these zombies. So, for this, since you are now aware of it, the DC is no longer as high as it was. I need you to describe to me, Casimir and Zerai, if you are wishing to help, how you are going about avoiding these swarms of zombies. While those who are in the carriage can also provide flavorfully how they wish to help.
Tarvis generally rides on the back of the carriage and watches where we've been, not where we're going. But as we're surrounded by zombies, he will turn undead.
All right. Very good, very good. As
Yeah,
a
that's what I was going to say.
blinding flash of white light emanates from Tarvis's hammer, and a chord of metallic music rings throughout the area. The undead seem to skirt backwards in fear from this. All right. That is considered an automatic success for Tarvis.
Nice.
All right.
I also just picked up empowered channeling, so everything that fails is now taking holy fire damage.
That is considered 2 automatic successes for
Shit.
Tarvis.
Now, were we already in the swarm of zombies, you said?
So, for give you guys an idea, let's just use this as a baseline. You guys, let's say you're over here, about just barely turning the corner. The swarms of zombies are right here, so directly in front of you. You guys have avoided barreling into them and knocking the carriage over. You're still on the road, but you're right now trying to bob and weave between the zombie hordes. So they're in front of you and nearly to the sides of you.
Alright, in that case, Mordecai will try and look forward and direct using his, trying to use his keen observation skills to try and, guide Casimir towards a path where the zombies are less, busy, like trying to see a path through the crowd.
All right.
So we
Give
don't hit
me a
as many
perception.
zombies. Perception.
All right.
I don't know if that helps. I do have skilled, and apparently distance modifiers on perception checks are halved.
All right. Good to know. That reduces the DC.
Nice.
All right. As you poke your head out from the carriage and begin pointing out different pathways for Casimir to drive the carriage, finding openings within the hordes swarming towards you, Casimir seems to nod and follow through with what you're pointing out, able to weave between the hordes and the masses of undead that begin to surge towards the horses and your carriage, seeking the flesh that would sustain them in their unlife. With that is considered a success.
Yay.
All right. Let's just go down the list at this point. So, ending with Casimir, because you're the driver. Zerai, how do you choose to help the party?
I'm going to attempt to keep the the brains of the horse at and help Casimir drive the carriage. because I have a higher dex than he does. So I'm gonna help him bob and weave.
All right, all right. Since you and Casimir are driving, you can choose to give either yourself or Casimir advantage on your check. Would you like to do that, or would you like to do a skill challenge?
Uh, Giving him advantage is good enough, or him giving me advantage is good enough.
All right, accepting the advantage option. All right, you'll provide advantage to either yourself or Casimir when the roll comes into place. From there, we have Kane. How do you choose to help the party?
Mm-hmm. I have 3 charges for this. Any undead who get close enough to hinder the movement of the wheels get a nice push. Hold on. And then any groups of undead that are heading directly at the carriage, on cooldown, I'll be using Grave Darkness's second ability to hinder their movement.
All right, roll me Arcana.
Okay.
Would you like to add anything to your total before I reveal result?
You know, I'm thinking. No, I'll use a destiny die just because this is a bad situation.
All right,
Okay.
15. Seeing your magic beginning to falter as it seems these zombies revel within the darkness, you push forward just a little bit more of your magic, and the darkness grabs hold of them, pushing them back from the mules and not the mules, but the horses that drive your carriage. That is considered a success because of your destiny. Would have been a failure otherwise. All right. +1. All right. Very good, very good. And as the undead are being held back, pushed away from the carriage, it seems there is an open path now, just a little bit further. Danu, how do you choose to help?
Is it possible that I could give guidance to one of the people controlling the carriage?
You are in the back of the carriage. Let me go look at the carriage itself. See if that is possible. There would be a window to the shotgun, yeah. I normally put you there as well, so it is possible, yeah.
All right, then I will give guidance to one of the people who looks like they're struggling.
All right, roll me a persuasion or religion check.
Okay, persuasion. Oof.
Ripperoni. All right. You tap your companion's shoulder, providing them with guidance, but as you do so, you are flung sideways into the doorway of the carriage. It swings open, and as you begin to dangle out, the swarms of zombies reach forward, grasping at your legs, but the shadows push them back as the vibrance of the light singes their flesh and burns them away. You are dangling there wildly as the carriage is driving past, unfortunately, but your spell did go off. That is considered a failure, unfortunately. All right. And last but not least, we have Casimir. How do you choose to push your party through this dangerous endeavor?
Well, if we've already got guidance up here, I guess as Zerai and Casimir maneuver the wagon through the twisting trail and the hordes of undead that kind of are in and around and everywhere scattered from the channel divinity. He will use his own divine magics to cast spells and clear paths when there is otherwise perhaps not an available route, using specifically something like Haganar's Scorcher.
All right. So, you guys have a choice. Casimir, you can roll me religion with advantage, or Zerai, you can roll me animal handling with advantage. It is up to you guys which of those options you wish to roll. Either way, you have a d4 from guidance.
I think religion with advantage because my animal handling is non-existent.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You didn't take proficiency?
Well, unfortunately, my religion with advantage is it's only +2 because I've got proficiency, but no int mod, unfortunately.
Unfortunate, but you do have the guidance and advantage.
Yep. All right. Well, here goes. Let me go get my token real quick. Oh, okay.
You have a 12 showing.
Well,
Would you like to spend destiny?
I'll use a dest. Jesus
You
Christ.
have a 14 showing. Ah, man. That's just unfortunate.
I have inspiration.
Inspiration only provides advantage, unfortunately.
Destiny?
They've already used destiny.
Oh no.
Yep. They have a 14 and they need a 15.
It's alright. I mean, we get to fight.
Alright. As you begin to push forward through the waves of undead, letting go of the reins and letting Zerai take over, unfortunately, as you do so, your magic is beginning to swipe swaths through the undead, burning away their flesh, clearing a path for you. Those that you have ran past, or more accurately, rode past, begin to take hold of your vehicle and begin to grasp it and shake it. And with the lack of control that the two drivers have provided, the carriage begins to tilt. And unfortunately, Danu's failure...
Sage?
Yeah?
Can I channel again? I have 2.
You are in the back, I will allow it.
I will channel to turn undead again.
Alright, you have used another use of your channel energy, and as you see your carriage about to flip back to the side and slam into the middle of the swarm, once more a pulse of radiant light and metallic music rings throughout the area, and this swarm of zombies are pushed back as your carriage is freed and able to travel out and away from the swarm. You would have been considered a failure, because a natural 1 is considered 2 fails. You needed 3 failures to be considered captured, essentially. But because of the last use of channel energy, that essentially negated your fail. So, you guys have successfully evaded this encounter and have gained experience from it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Alright, and I will mark you guys as having gained the experience. You guys are now at 65 total out of 100 to level up.
Alright, let's hope we don't need your channel for this mention.
You might have to long rest before we hit the mansion, just in case.
I think channel divinity comes
The
back
thing
on
is,
a short
though,
rest.
Are we gonna
Double
long
check.
rest here? We might, because there's a horde, like, and we're just right
We-
there.
No, I figured we'd do it like just outside of the manor.
No, but like the
So,
zombie horde was
The
like
zombie
here.
horde was here, which is
Yeah.
about 4 miles away as the crow flies.
I mean, it's fine if you try and long rest, but they might like show up again.
Well, we don't need a long rest, so it's
Up to you guys.
fine.
But I will put you guys on the map as you guys arrive. Let me go grab your tokens from the Menhir Stone map. Yeah, I'm gonna reorganize this real quick because you guys are heading northwards, like so. You're driving. I'm gonna unsnap you guys to grid. You're driving. You're shooting shotgun. You are sitting there. You're in the back. You're setting a head out the window, and you're over there. And then we have horsey number 1, horsey number 2. Copy, and to the map. So, of your guys' note, I have been working on the interior map to make it super fancy and proper what it should look like. I have stopped work because I was thinking you guys are going to probably change a lot of furniture around, doing a lot of crazy stuff, and I imagine due to the fact that, one, a lot of the furniture that's in the manor house itself currently is, well, gonna have to be thrown out most likely. The locations of where I was going to put the furniture would not actually make sense in the proper map, so I am leaving it with the spooky map for you guys, and then the proper map will be applied when you guys decide to build your house.
Spooky.
Yeah, but you know, I do have it open in Photoshop right now, if you guys do really need it. But for now, here is the map. Loading the map open. It's a bit of a bigger one with 177. I will not put your tokens down until you have loaded, so don't worry about that. Let me just... There we go. Control F and E. Let me know when you guys are loaded with an R in chat.
And yeah, I get channel back on a short rest,
Huzzah.
so not a big deal.
I preloaded this last time.
Huzzah.
You could just take a short rest before we go inside.
Let's stop for
And-
breakfast.
Mine is loading kind of slow.
No worries. It's a bit of a bigger map, which is why I didn't pop the tokens down yet. That's another reason why I didn't want to pop the new manor image yet, because it's probably going to increase the size. Yeah.
So while we're loading, we're gonna stop a goodly distance away, Sage, and have brunch, since we just went through a horde of zombies, and go over what happened and the damage to the carriage. Can we find a spot to stop and take a short rest?
That would be a survival check.
Aha! I'm just gonna drop a d20. Because I'm loading a map. Nope. That was...
That is definitely a D20 though.
The most ultimate of
Definitely not a-
D20s.
I think I lagged out there. Alright. I think I have a +6, so that's a 21 survival.
Pretty good. Right, with 21, it's easy enough. Along the northern path leading into the manor grounds, there does appear to be a small... you don't think it's a game trail. It seems far too manufactured to be a game trail. But you do push along this trail, and it leads you to a area that once housed a servant shack, though the place has long since burned down. It's mostly just rubble at this point. But there is shelter, and there is a place that you guys could... rest away from the elements as well as from sight of the main road.
Okay. This is probably, I'm hoping, close enough where we can hitch the carriage here and go in on foot. Does anyone disagree with that?
As long as it's close enough, yeah.
I would probably leave that to Danu, because it's, her damaged carriage.
I'm just concerned about the horses getting spooked if they get too close and some...
Yeah, we don't want
Spirit.
to bring them on property. We should leave them a little bit away, but they need to be hidden pretty well because there was a horde.
How damaged is the carriage? Like beyond mending?
As you're looking around the carriage, most of what occurred, since you guys never actually tumbled, is, for the most part, superficial damage. What is actual damage can be repaired with mending, though. So as long as you have mending, it's not an issue.
Oh yeah, I guess that's Danu. As long as you guys can keep an eye on things, Danu will spend her time mending the carriage.
Excellent.
I'll keep an eye on the carriage then. Be on the lookout. Find myself a nice perch on the tree.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Just waiting on Regan now. When you're loaded, we are good to go. In the meantime, I'm going to change the
Almost
enemies.
there.
Excellent. Play.
Okay, there we go.
Aha! All right.
It
Here's
was
the
stuck like for a while there.
Yeah, some of the bigger assets like to take a while. Is this map not properly sized? This map might not be properly sized. Yeah, okay, 1 second. Change to object. There we go, that's a bit better, I think. Yeah, a bit larger. Okay. There we go. There's the properly new sized wagon. I don't know why we need it on this map, but in case I need to copy it later. So we'll just leave it there, even though they're not actually on this
Oh,
map.
right, yeah, it's not actually.
Alright, so for now, keep them on there just so we have access to them if we need them, but they're not actually on the map. They're on the little campsite slightly to the south of this map. So, now then. What I need to provide you guys is, as you see this strange sudden cutoff of my pretty map to the prefab map, that is the spooky interior version of the map. So that's why that's there. I can, make not visible when you guys are outside of the interiors, but if you guys do go inside, I'll turn that back on. If things are not being spoopy, I will probably turn it off. But for the most part, the manor house is most certainly, as an out of character, a haunted house. You guys are going to be dealing with haunts. You guys are going to be dealing with spoopy stuff. You're going to be dealing with things of that nature. So, what you see may or may not be real.
Mhm.
Cool. Alright. Now I kind of want to scout the perimeter.
Right. But the map is now active as you approach the ancient 3 or 2-storied building, it's hard to really tell, of the Rosevein Estate. You can see that the place itself is quite dusty and there's cobwebs lining many of the rafters from overhead, the pillars and similar things for those who are a bit more eagle-eyed in your party. You would see that there is an old oak tree within the front and what appears to be a hedge maze lining the outskirts of the building. But the map is active and you are free to move.
Alright.
Okay. I'm just working on a thing real quick on the
We're
token.
doing a short rest right now, right?
The short rest was had before you guys entered, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, short rest is achieved.
You took Mage Hand.
So we send the Holy Man first.
Which one?
Looks at the cleric.
Which one?
Oh god.
Casimir is not a cleric. He is a priest, but he's not a cleric.
Alright, how do we approach this? Do we go in with Tarvis first, or do you guys want me to scout ahead?
I don't know if scouting will do us a whole lot of good just because, ghosts, but entering all as one would probably be good.
Tarvis is one of those clerics that has no idea what religion really is. So,
Yes, a mechanical one. I got you.
he only knows about Yotan. He doesn't really know about being a cleric and a whole lot of religious stuff. He
Tarvis,
does.
hurry up.
Yeah.
Pushes him forward. You should be in the lead, not Casimir.
As you begin to move
Also-
forward, Kane, roll me a perception check.
Okay. I can't impersonate myself.
That's weird.
I'm gonna restart my map tools real quick.
Now that's a philosophy question.
I suppose if I'm supposed to get their attention, Tarvis will light up Dawnhammer and have it just be glowy.
All right.
If that's what you want.
I think I'll have my bow ready. And not my shield in. And my fighting style will be ranged, obviously.
For those who move closer to the building, you begin to hear the faint echoes of the piano ringing throughout the area.
I am loading.
What's up?
I love this song.
Yeah.
The Moonlight Sonata.
What's the song?
Slam it, Beethoven.
What's the song? Is it a vampire song?
I
Whole
mean,
folklore.
I can't impersonate my own token. Oh, there we go. That was weird.
it's weird.
Perception?
Perception, yeah. 20.
Hey.
As you begin to move forward, you notice something out of the corner of your eye. Off to the left, there's a small figure. A girl, dressed in a white dress. No one else sees this. For clarity, as I saw Morkag look to the left. You see them holding a small bunny bear stuffed animal.
Cute.
They smile. And as you fully look in their direction, no longer seeing them through the peripherals, they're no longer there.
Mm. Damn, okay. Kane will just kind of wander that way slightly, call out Necrol, greetings, little one, and keep on his path.
I don't know where there's
Like-
two Danos, so I'm assuming the one forward is the new one, and the one in the back is the old one.
That's the token I just edited.
Okay, so I'm gonna delete the old one. Or actually, I'm just gonna save it real quick, just in case you do need it, and then I'll delete it.
Casually walking forward.
Let's see, my games, campaigns, nights, tokens, post players. Here we go. Save. Delete. Alright. Just push forward. Everyone roll me a perception check.
Is it hearing based?
This is sight based.
Oh, perfect. Oh no.
I believe that it's now the 4th floor I have rolled.
It is unfortunate. Tarvis, as you step forward to the threshold of the manor house, you would see upon the second story of this building, within the window here, a shadow races across the curtains, giving some indication that someone's inside. Or something is inside.
Oh, a question before we push on. From the zombie encounter, would I be out of sigil magic?
Yeah, you would have used the one use that you did.
Okay. Then I'll just use that again. Okay.
How's the weather?
The weather, it currently is decently cloudy. It's likely the storm will break soon, but it's currently not storming. No rain, nothing like that, but it's definitely cloudy.
Very overcast.
Yes.
What's the light level?
Light level, as is normal for this forest, is definitely not bright light. There is sunlight to be had, but it's overcast and it's mostly just sunlight shadows. You can see, no problem. It's just gloomy.
Okay. So it is gloomy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what, about 11 a.m.?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I looked at my my timer and I was like, huh, it actually says exactly 11 a.m. You caught that right there.
You said it took 3 hours to get here, and we probably left at 8.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Perhaps we should come back when it's later and much spookier.
Well, I'm waving around a light source while I'm moving through the hedge. This is a hedge, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
at the computer's tool for the full
How-
file frame experience.
How tall is the hedge?
The hedge, how tall is Tarvis?
8'4".
The hedge is a little bit taller than you are. It's about 9-10 feet at the more bushier sides. The hedge itself is overgrown. Doesn't seem like it's been trimmed in some time.
Headquarters, huh?
Yeah.
Takes out Spada.
But you can see from like some of those smaller points, like right here, you can see over it. But on average, it's about 9 feet.
Okay. Tarvis looks at Morkag to make sure it's safe to move forward because he is a professional adventurer and he knows how these things work. Walking into
Excuse me, adventurer?
Yes.
Okay,
he
sure is
an
a good adventure, guys.
I'm rolling this with disadvantage. I'm guessing he means investigation. I was not kidding. There we go, 11.
Not really caring too much to look due to the insulting nature of how he asked you. You don't see any traps going forward.
Safe, says Morkag as he waits for the others to get ahead of him. I'll cover the rear. Takes out bow.
As we kind of move through here, is there any evidence of recent activity, or is
Roll me a perception or investigation, depending on how
Nice, sounds good.
detailed your search is going to be.
hooray over 10?
All right.
Nice.
What you would notice with the 23 is back behind you. You recall you didn't think of it much when you were walking past it, but there were signs upon the stone that was never really washed away, flecks that you could recognize as blood. Dried blood, most certainly, but blood.
Mhm.
You'd also notice as you're approaching the front door, there is some signs of blood on its rim, though it looks like it was, for the most part, tried to have been cleaned away, purposefully, but not fully cleaned.
Well, there have been some people around here recently. It's hard to say when, but
With a 23 as well, as you're looking around and speaking about this to your companions, you notice, hanging off one of the branches here from the oak tree, a small amulet. It looks familiar.
Where's he heading off to?
there's an amulet in that tree there. Looks somewhat familiar. I'm not sure where from.
I don't trust that tree.
The
Kane
same
looks
as
up at
the-
it.
It's a
Is it
tree.
druid?
Is it the druid amulet?
Nope, you're not close enough to actually see what it
Yeah.
is specifically.
I assume we're too far away.
Uh, is it because of distance? I do have that perception thing from skilled.
That is true. You roll me a perception check, Morkak.
Right, I will actually try this thing. 17.
17. Alright, you do actually recognize this symbol. As your companions begin to move into the maze, you recognize this symbol as the same symbol that the bandits wore.
Mm.
Same symbol as the bandits. The vampire one. Vampires. Be careful.
Well,
Perhaps not much value in retrieving it then, but perhaps the tree itself holds some information or clue as to the state of this place.
mm-hmm. Or maybe
Well,
some clues as to the owner of said amulet.
Alright. Casimir, as you cross the threshold there, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, and you never trust that tree.
Ripperoni.
Oh no.
As you step forward across the threshold, you see something. Amulet is not hanging there. Something worse. A body hangs from this tree. Cold, somewhat bloated, flesh torn in pieces. That's not what spooks you the most, though. As you stare at this body, the head turns to face you and speaks. Do you understand Necrol?
Nope.
Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna go translate this and then speak it.
I do,
You
but
do not hear
I don't
it.
know if I would have been close enough.
No, you didn't trigger it, unfortunately.
Okay.
We should stick closer next time.
Says the guy who's like a mile away.
Hey, I'm not alone. Hey, Daniel's with me.
Yeah, it's comfortable back here.
Yeah. Where will we get closer to that creepy tree?
Scaredy cat.
Hey!
You have a job to
Hey
do.
now! Hey, that's rude.
That's
Also kind of racist.
Right?
Listen, alright? I didn't survive this long being abandoned by being courageous.
But you're such a great adventurer.
Ah! You take that back.
Go into town and buy a medallion that says adventurer and give it to him.
Oh my god. Stop, please.
Gotta get him drunk, get a tattoo, says #1 adventurer on his lower back.
No!
Oh, awesome.
An adventure stamp.
All right, you would hear the following. Valashkala, Shaloshi, Prakdara, Doloshka, Kolashktodefio, Veriskario, Mostoski Vitoska, Bushnura, Ukashkio Olushka. The mouth
Expression.
opens, and you would see a swarm rise up from it. Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
You're smart, right?
No.
Damn it.
As the swarm rises from the mouth of the corpse, they do not fly upwards, but towards you and begin to swarm, biting and tearing at your flesh. You suffer 6 points of psychic damage. Your companions
no.
see you swatting at the air. I don't know if you're screeching or anything like that. I was trying to tell them to fuck themselves, but they see you doing what you're doing to react to that. They don't see what's attacking you.
Casper's just swatting around as if there's, a swarm of bugs obviously around him.
In hindsight,
They're fake, Casimir. They're fake. They're not real. Whatever it is, not real.
Just like very gingerly.
Not the bees. Well, it seems that this place has its fair number of hauntings. Talking corpses and the like. Spoke something, couldn't understand it.
Do I see the corpse at all?
Nope, you just see the amulet.
in hindsight, if we wanted to spend the time, I could have cast comprehend languages on everyone. But rituals, and it would take a while.
Wait, do we know Skane speaks Necro? Was that revealed?
Comprehend language only targets self, as far as I know.
He did speak
Oh.
earlier, but we didn't understand.
I mean, Kane has addressed the whole he can probably speak to the ghost thing.
Oh,
He speaks the language of the undead.
perhaps Kane should lead. You didn't specify that you speak with these undead things, right?
Right. I can
Well, if
speak
that
their
is-
tongue.
If that is going to be a common occurrence, perhaps that is a better option.
I guess Kane will take the lead and walk headlong into whatever the next trap is.
So, is there anything else going on with the tree, or is it just amulet hanging there?
Just see an amulet hanging there.
Tarvos will look at the tree and say, I don't think would you mind if I take that?
To say this to the tree, your full senses get the tree itself appears diminished, weakened. It doesn't really respond so much as makes an effort to.
What is this?
That is a brazier. You can see that there are empty coals within it, unlit and cold.
Is there any designs or carvings?
There does
around
appear to
that?
be a carving around the brazier itself. Around the base, there appears to be that of a large serpentine-like dragon that seems to be chasing its own tail.
Maybe something will happen if we light up all these braziers.
Tarvis is gonna retrieve the medallion.
All right. Add that to your lab.
Nice.
Well, You wanted to see this? Probably. Does it look just like the other one?
He does, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd honestly be more interested in the individual it came from.
I'd be more interested of the body the individual came of.
is there any blood on it?
Looking over the amulet, it does seem to have a bit of a red tinge to it, stained somewhat.
Something probably
Does it
ate
look
him.
like there's a grave at the bottom of the street?
No, there's a body hanging in the tree.
No, there's
No,
not.
no one sees the body,
Oh.
other than Casimir, who doesn't see it anymore.
Oh.
So, are they? Is the ghost talking still, or
No, there is no body here anymore. Though, considering the origins of the amulet and that those we've seen on them in the past, it could mean that those bandits came here themselves and met untimely end.
Or they could be connected to whatever happened here prior.
Maybe it's vampire.
knew it?
Do we want to continue to explore these hedges, or shall we turn back?
I prefer exploring the perimeter before going in.
Yes, to be wise to get a lay of the land, as it were, and considering we can't get a better vantage point away from here.
It's noon right now, right?
Say again?
It's like noon, right? It's like
Yeah,
pure.
it's,
Okay,
it's near noon.
so I won't worry about the braziers.
Although those with magic lighting might consider lighting them, but whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like, but that's more video game sense. Like, if you light them all up, does a secret door open or a chest appear?
As you
Mhm.
curve around the corner there, Kane, you would see that there is a small nook within south of this hedge mage, a fountain or pond. There is a statue, the base of it, depicting that of a naked woman with long flowing hair. The pond itself appears to be pristine, untouched by the elements. Not even a leaf lies within its waters, even though there are plants and flowers that surround it.
There's some sort of a
It's
fountain
like-
here.
Waiting for us the right to cross.
Can I... Is this statue of anyone in particular?
Roll me a history check.
Okay. Hey!
Ooh, look
damn.
at this nerd.
Ah, fucking damn. Alright. With a 26, it doesn't seem to be of anyone you know, specifically. At least not anyone you've seen. But it does appear to be depicting someone of a noble class. Someone that you can tell is likely of House Rosevane. Perhaps someone who fell at an untimely early age. As the figure itself appears to be depicting a younger woman. Not sure who exactly they are. That would require, some actual research in books, as I don't believe you have the lore for this, but if you can take that 26, your natural 20, and were to acquire a book, I can provide greater insight.
Okay.
Looking at your lores real quick, just to make sure, though. Yeah, you definitely know with the Brucian courts that they are of the family lineage.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the best I can give you.
I poke the surface of the water.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And I rolled like hot trash.
Oh no.
Alright.
At least you'll be able to understand what the ghost was saying, though.
Mm-hmm.
Speaks.
If
starts
there's a
speaking
ghost.
another language just to fuck with you.
You see a figure rush into the garden. You don't see your companions as you look over your shoulder. Small girl runs into the garden, crying. She sits next to you at the, shall we call, well. You hear them making a fuss, though the words that they're saying, seem to be somewhat diminished. A strange fuzz between yourself and this vision that you're having. You see another figure approach.
Is it the same girl from earlier?
It is the same girl from earlier.
Mhm.
You see another figure approach. Taller woman, dressed in fine clothing, somewhat similar in appearance to the statue that you see above. They place a hand on the shoulder of the small girl. Wipe away a tear. You can tell that they're speaking to one another, but the words are diminished. The girl nods, takes the woman's hand, and they both stand up and leave the garden together. But not before you see they toss a coin into the well.
Can I insight or anything, see if I can glean what any of that might have been about?
Go ahead. Very good. Alright. With a 17. Judging from what was going on, the little girl was definitely upset about something. What they were upset about seems to have been due to some form of teasing or bullying. You're not quite sure exactly what. And you're not sure if it was targeting the girl or the mother. What you can tell with the 17 is it was most certainly the girl's mother who comforted them, though. From the coin flipping, though, you think that's... You're not sure exactly the purpose of that, but you think that might be something that is like a thing that they do together. Perhaps like a good luck, a changing of fates, maybe. Though the mother and daughter share. Like an in-joke sort of type of thing. Not really a joke, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
Division would end, though, after the two leave.
And they fade.
And they fade.
Kane rifles through his pockets. Anybody have a coin to spare? As he looks into the well itself to see if there's any coins remaining.
Copper, silver, gold.
You do see there are some coins at the bottom of the fountain well.
I saw a vision.
I had a little bit of money.
I'll get closer than Zerai.
It looks like the rose veins used to toss coins in the well as some form of good luck. Might be a good gesture on our behalf.
Sure, I'll give you a little bit of money.
Or I could trigger a curse.
Heck, written down.
That was being used being, hey, can I take a coin out of the party inventory?
Do you think it's magical?
Perhaps. Maybe it'll just put the ghosts at ease if we follow through, though.
Can you detect if it's magical?
Tarvis will cast detect magic.
I have a bunch of coins. What do you want?
I'll just take a gold coin and flick it into the well.
Okay.
What you do detect,
I'll do so as well.
as the coin is being rifled through and grabbed from the coin pouch of the party inventory / Zorai's inventory. The area itself does appear to have an aura of magic about it. There's definitely magic here, all throughout even. Not just the well, but the area itself.
Okay.
So toss a coin in.
Right, and as the coin tosses in, with a faint sploosh, followed by another sploosh by the second coin, I need Zerai and Kane to give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, real quick, wasn't there supposed to be a spooky overlay, or was that when we enter the menu?
When you enter, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just going to reveal the main room. Let me hide the roof. I have it fogged right now, so. But the main room is not exactly spooky looking, as you can see. If I add the overlay, though, It gets a little spoopy.
Oh, that's so cool.
And there would be stairs on the main overlay. I just have them not visible, so they don't go over top the overlay, the spoopy overlay.
I can't wait to Resident Evil inside that mansion.
Anyways, we go into boop boop boop.
I am the master of unlocking.
All right. So the coin tosses into the well with a faint sploosh. You don't really feel anything, Zerai. It's you just tossed a coin in the well. Kane, feel a presence. Put a hand on your left shoulder. A faint whisper in your ear. I'm here. Carry on.
Is that necro or
It was in common.
common? Okay. He nods to himself, looks over the shoulder to see if they're still there.
You see Tarvis.
Mm-hmm. All right,
It's pretty scary.
they're watching us.
Aren't you gonna elaborate?
Not terribly
Nope.
I mean,
I touch the water. Seems crystal clear. There's a bunch of coins in them. I would not advise going after those. The
not.
family seems to have a tradition of tossing coins in the well for the sake of good luck. Following through with their tradition after being shown a vision of such, somebody whispered in my ear saying they were here. So I'm going to assume they are watching us.
They are ghosts after all.
And onward, I suppose.
So you recommend paying the fountain or not?
If you so wish.
I would advise that against overindulgence with the undead.
The only thing I would advise against is going swimming to get some coins.
Absolutely do not take any coins.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
how many coins are there? What type?
From the looks of it, most of them are gold, strangely enough. You do see that there's probably about, just quick guesstimate, quick math. What's actually your intelligence score? Before I give you a quick estimate.
Hold on. I think it's 14. My intelligence.
Okay. With a quick guesstimate, you can surmise that there's probably about 100 gold in that there pool.
100
Yeah.
Well,
gold.
now 101
Recession.
or
You
102.
know what? It's not really a pond of coins without a copper piece, so I'm gonna flip a copper piece
All right.
into
Cool.
the pond.
Roll me a Christmas save.
We can't believe more kegs are dead.
I believe I'm dead. 7.
Coins splooshes. Nothing happens.
Good.
All right.
Tarvis will toss a silver in there.
Roll me a Christmas save.
So,
Nothing happens.
All right.
Wow.
There are windows, by the way. If you do choose to look inside them, I would suggest... I wasn't going to offer these ones because they are kind of blocked by the hedges, but there are windows here and here that you guys can see as you turn around the side passage on the side garden of the manor.
Oh, of course we'd snoop.
All right. I'm going to make the interiors visible. And I'm then going to reveal some stuff.
Guys, it feels like the environment got to really spooky all of a sudden.
Probably the curse.
All right. See, it opens up into a hallway with what appears to be a lounge chair at the base of the window and a carpeted floor sitting both north and westward.
Hmm.
As you do so, looking through the window, give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, I rolled something other than a 4.
It's true.
Congratulations. That's
All
good.
right. As you're looking through the window here, the two of you would notice, more accurately, you would hear a faint tapping. A sound that seems somewhat familiar to those who are often at a writing desk. Tapping of a quill upon paper. Scratching, tapping, perhaps even scribbling a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Do we have a directional for that sound?
Seems to be coming from within the room that wall blocks.
Okay.
Convenient.
Weird ghostly writing. Mm-hmm. And we move onward?
Another
As,
window there.
As Morkag approaches the window they were at, he's gonna attempt to open it.
All right. Well, the window is certainly latched lock, so you would need to, roll Thieves' Tools dexterity for that.
Oh, nice. I have expertise in thieves' tools.
Aha!
You want guidance?
Yes, please.
Gives guidance.
As
Yeah, man.
Morkag thinkers, he's gonna say, in case I want this window open, in case we end up inside and we end up what do you call it, trapped, prepping some exit route. Alright, so I'll just roll stealth, and this is there's a, oh my god. I'll get a +4. Okay, so that's 12.
All right. With the 12, the window does not unlock. In fact, you break a lockpick.
God damn it. Actually, hold on. Are they still within 30 feet of me?
Who?
1, 2, 3, 4. If I add a 4 to that using my saving face, does that prevent at least the breaking of a lockpick?
It would prevent the breaking of a lockpick if you had 4. Yeah.
Oh, alright. I'll do that.
Do you need a better light? Tarvels will step
Yeah.
over here with his bright
Thank
light
you.
over
Thank
your
you.
sword.
Let me try that again. Let me try that again. Stealth again. There we go. So that's 21 guidance, 25.
25. All right. With the 25, with the aided light from Tarvis, it's much easier to see what you're doing in just a simple flick of a switch, really, as you click the latch off and unlock the window.
How does it open?
It opens outwards.
Okay, so I open up outwards, and I'm gonna put like a stick or a rock in the mechanism to prevent it from closing.
All right. All right.
So yeah, that's gonna be like our, like if we ever need to escape the manor, hopefully that'll be enough, like an exit route. And I'm gonna try and do that with as many windows as I can.
All right. We see another window here, and another window here.
Peer through window.
Peering through window. All right.
It's going on ahead. I'll just be tinkering. Thank you for guidance.
Sure.
You see the hallway continues northwards before curving off west, potentially continuing north, but it's hard to tell.
Do I still hear the writing?
You do?
Kane points at the wall opposite the window. It appears there's somebody in there writing. Maybe that's where the ghost is currently You just kind of
It is-
trailed off.
It is possible, but there are many noises that come from haunted places.
Mm. He continues onward while people are probably going to come pick open this window.
Yep, exactly.
All right, another check through the window, and I'm gonna reveal the interiors of that one.
Turns out I had a thief stole a macro.
Look at that.
Oh my god. That's a nat 20. Give it to me.
All right,
So same
that
as
window is like a switch. Tink, clicked open, no problem.
Unlock and stuck open.
You'd see that the window here reveals a hallway heading north and west.
Yeah, I might as well do a perception as well. 20.
With a 20, you would hear the scribbling of someone writing upon paper or parchment. You'd hear something else.
Hmm?
Go make sure which direction this is before I reveal it. You hear the sound of bubbling coming from this room overhead.
Bubbling like.
Bubbling like a
somebody-
bubbling stew or something like that.
Hmm.
Additionally, since you actually rolled higher than required, further on, it seems to be beyond this room, but it's hard to really tell. It's somewhat echoing a little bit. A very, very faint ticking, like a ticking of a wristwatch.
Oh my god. Somebody's making a stew. I hear bubbling.
What is this thing?
And a small tick.
Looking at the strange cord upon the ground, looking a bit closer, it appears to be some form of rope or wire. It looks metallic. Definitely something that one would find in an alchemist laboratory to connect some of their various devices. It's weird that it's strewn about so openly.
Interesting detail. Is that the last window, or is there one here too?
Let me go look at my DM view. There is not a window there. You would see that there is a chimney rising up from that position.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Same as before.
Yep.
22.
Alright, the window pops unlocked.
Oh, might as well do a perception. Like, I'm guessing by opening the window, I can access the hearing stuff.
It does become easier, yeah.
Gotcha. Right, might as well do a perception now that the window's open. Oh, consistent.
Alright. This hallway is oddly quiet. You don't hear the scribbling, you don't hear the bubbling or the ticking sound. Just quiet.
It's extremely quiet. I'll drag down. Oh, I can't move down.
Oh, crap. Boop. Right, as you round there, you do see there's another window here and here.
Mm-hmm.
And you would see that the pathway continues this way towards a door into the manor house, and pathway continues northwards into the gardens. Not looking through the window, though, 'cause I assume that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Feel what appears to be a dining hall.
Hmm.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Hot garbage. Mm.
Yeah, where is it? There it is. And what should I be rolling for this? Just reading through my notes to make sure what you would actually see if you do see anything with your sad roll. All right. What you do notice is that the table seems to be set for meals for what appears to be 2 figures. Though the actual image shows, there's a lot more plates. That's just because it's a prefab. There's a total of 2 plates set, one at the far table here, and one to the side, right there. You'd also see that there is a small journal placed upon the side table, next to this chair.
I don't know what you say.
I'll just point it out in passing as I go to move on. There's some small book, notebook, journal over on the table by the fireplace.
Tempting. But first, these two, let's open the window.
Right, and you'd see that the window there kind of reveals more of the side with a door on the western end and side leading into the room.
Any more set plates or no?
No more set plates that you can see.
Mhm.
Though from this angle, I probably should reveal a bit more. Which should be a bit more like that.
How far away is this?
Right, that window is unlocked.
I'll do a perception now. Okay.
All right. Looking around, you didn't notice, the fact that there's only 2 plates set and there's a small journal there, but what you do notice is on the wall across the way, somewhat obscured by the shadows, there's words written upon the wall, and there is a dagger stabbed into it with a symbol hanging from this dagger. Same symbol the bandits wear.
More bandit symbology.
What languages do you understand?
I have Goblin, Thieves' Cant, and Barusian.
All
In
right.
common.
You do not recognize the language.
Do I see? Oh, okay, so that's the note.
There's something scrawled upon the wall that you would see,
Okay.
but you cannot make out the words. They're not in a language you
Gotcha.
understand.
Can we... Actually, I'm gonna try and put a light on it. Can I use, like, Tarvis's thing? Light source? And, like, can we, like, cup it to make a beam of light?
It's doable, yeah.
Okay, we'll say, Tarvis, there's writing on that wall. Could you, how to explain, focus the light on it of your Warhammer? Like, you know how a lamp works?
I can try.
And I move to the side so I can, like, beam.
I'll stick it in the shield sconce on my shield, and then we can use that and put things around it to try to make it like a hooded lantern or whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
You stick the hammer into the sconce of your shield, beaming forward with light. The message does light up, and it is a bit more legible. It's still in a language that you do not understand, Morkag, but what languages do you speak, Tarvis?
Languages. Let's see.
I'm assuming Kane and Casimir would see it too, right?
You guys would see what they're doing, yeah?
Common, Elven, and Giant.
No, you do not understand the language.
Casimir speaks Elven and Abyssal, outside of Persian and Common.
You do not understand it.
I need a language button. Sylvan, Elvish, Dwarven, Necrol, Barusian, Abyssal.
You would understand it.
Okay, so it's Necrol.
It's Necrol, yeah. As you pointed this out, and looking out towards the writings upon the wall, you would read, every time I look, it changes. Every time I look, it changes and it doesn't stop. When will they leave me alone?
Can I get that in writing real quick so I can just paste it in my notes?
Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Note lab. Do you have a note lab?
Do we? We should have, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't. We have handouts. This is cool. Can't wait until we get to the graves, though.
Is the fireplace lit?
It is lit. It is lit.
Oh,
All right.
And we'll recite the writing aloud and shrug.
well, that's not promising.
It seems she's plagued with bandits.
Wonderful. Excuse me. Just need to open up this window here.
Right, that one's easily opened.
So open and stuck, open, yada yada.
Right, you would see the door here, and further on there's windows over here, and then there's a path leading into the garden.
We could explore the garden and then come back here and then do the rest of the perimeter and then finally go inside.
Exploring the garden seems prudent before heading into the mansion where it seems that things are concentrated, at least for the time being.
To be honest, the mansion itself looks like it's honeypots for intruders.
And we might find more clues in the garden as to what we're dealing with before we push our way in.
Okay.
It could all be a charade with illusions, and there could be some weird wizard in there. There's a fire going.
Do you see anything?
Oh, I
what
saw
kind of
someone in an upper window when we got here.
You can see magic, can you not?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Yeah,
notice anything?
I'm still concentrating on detect magic for 10 minutes.
There still has magic throughout the area, so.
Yeah, so
Considering
I-
the nature. Sorry.
the whole area seems to have some magic of some sort.
Yes, and considering that, well, at least I have seen images of things that are not really there, it stands to reason that this person you saw in the window perhaps is also a ghost or an illusion. I do not think there is a mage here casting spells, though.
That would be the perfect cover, though.
So we're moving onward north.
To the garden.
Let me know if anything assaults my senses.
All right. As you step into the gardens, you would see that there is another brazier within the center of the large walkway, and there is a statue of an angelic figure on the northern edge, raised upon a dais. To the west, you can see there is a garden, overgrown, and to the east there is an open area. You can see that there is a statue barely making out from over top the hedge, depicting that of some winged beast.
From one of your religions?
Casper was going to ask if the winged figure was familiar at all, religion-wise.
They don't seem to be particularly familiar towards the Church of Metapolis, but, I mean, if anything's to go by, this manor is older than the church itself is.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the lands of Perugia.
It's not something I'd recognize, at least.
Can I do a check on it?
For the statue would be a religion.
Okay.
Pretty.
Did I grab a religion? The answer is probably no.
Alright. Looking over the
Oh, the
statue, you would recognize that the statue itself does appear to be an angel, depicting that of one of the guardians of the seven heavens. Looking over it, it appears to be that of an individual that not many on the eastern continents really hear about, but they are written in some of the texts, some texts within the Church of Nepalis, some within small cults. Not really a lot within Perugia, though. They seem to be a guardian angel, keeper of gateways and and passes. You realize that this angel goes by the name of Ezekiel. At least that's what the common folk call them.
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel's
So-
a cool name.
So this would be the guardian angel Ezekiel. I know fuck all about them.
Guardian, huh?
There you go. I've added that to your handout list for your notes.
Thank you.
No worries. We'll be going Gomicon the session soon. I'm just waiting for you guys to trigger the thing.
Which one the guardians you mean?
Mhm.
What gateway?
Can I
Oh no.
learn about said gateway? Because, you know.
With a 23, not sure if it is a specific gate or if it's just general gateways. Yeah, you don't really know with the 23.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really a deity or a patron or an angel spirit of Hakuda. So
Hey Tyrus, could you
Hmm?
get closer to the statue to see if it's magical?
Is it any more magical than everything else around here?
well, as you get within 30 feet, you do seem that there is a deeper presence of magic to it.
Oh,
Why? It looks magical.
more so than usual. Than the other stuff?
Seems that way.
I want to investigate it.
I could touch it and see if anything happens.
I was hoping to investigate it without getting to that first.
Can I
Mhm.
determine the school of magic by staring at it long enough?
Yes, so I believe Detect Magic allows you to do that by
That's
focusing
like
out
the
on
only
it.
thing it says.
So, yeah. So, as you look deeper into the magic, you determine that the aura of magic around the statue appears to be that of transmutation.
Hmm.
You would also recognize that there is an aura of divination to it.
Hmm. I will attempt to investigate it.
Can I arcana it?
You
Yeah,
do
I'll
not
tell
have Detect
my,
Magic active, unfortunately.
Damn.
I will tell my more studious allies that it seems to have transmutation and some sort of divination effects on it.
I'll do an investigation.
Alright.
See if anything pops up.
Looking over the statue, you would notice a few things of interest. One, the statue appears to be hollow, which is strange enough in its own right. Another thing would be that you notice upon its left and right hand there is a small raised piece of stone within the center of the palm. It's a little weird. Third,
Yeah.
you'd notice that there is within the arms, there appears to be not fully attached to the statue itself. They seem to be somewhat separate, as if they can move of their own accord.
Uh-huh. The first thing that pops to mind is that you get close enough that the statue strangles you.
Mm.
What are these stones on the hands? And it seems to be hollow. I feel like this is machinery. And Morgan will point out like what he sees in the arms. The arms move. Or rather they can move.
Perhaps this mechanism, whatever it is, controls something elsewhere.
When you say there's a stone in the palm, is it something like you have to press down like a button? Or is it like
It seems to
something
be
that goes in it?
a raised piece of stone in a square, somewhat rectangular fashion. It's part of the stone. It doesn't seem to be like a button or anything like that. It just appears to be like a raised pedestal of sorts. small in size because it's part of the hand, but
I suspect something might go into hands.
while you're looking over the statue, Jarvis, you're looking around the area and you notice something kind of off to the left, the leftmost pass. A small child, boy, peeks the head around the corner here, and as it sees you noticing them, you see them turn and run outwards, away.
Hey, did you see that?
See what?
Jarvis. I thought I saw someone over there.
Probably ghosts playing tricks on us.
Everyone roll me a perception check.
I can roll higher than a 10, I believe.
Oh my god.
I believe.
I got cursed to roll only a 10.
What? I don't want
I
to see the ghost.
believe I can fly. Sorry, I'm listening and not moving my token like I'm supposed to be.
It's all good. I'm assuming with your group. But I do need a perception check from you. It is required
Figured
before I
it would
reveal
just be a
results.
4. Nope, a 5.
Almost a 4.
Oh, no, it's close. It's close to a 4. Alright. Morkag, Casimir, and Tarvis. The three of you, as you're talking about this, would hear something perhaps I think concerning would probably be the best word to put it. Little spooky, maybe a little creepy. Echoing throughout the area, you would hear the sound of children's laughter.
Uh-huh.
Followed by, Lorelei, what's that? Oh, he's back. Must get mother. That would be Morkag, would hear that last bit.
Oh no. Did you hear that? Laughter of children.
Kane just shakes his head.
I can hear it, but I'd honestly rather not. It's more distracting than anything.
Very grateful that it's noon right now.
We should probably push onward unless you want to try to put things into the hands of the statues.
I don't think we have a whole lot to actually put in there.
Yeah, we haven't yet to find it, but I do believe something goes in the hands. At least that's my first impression. So where to? The path is split into more or less 3. Was that there was a garden, that statue.
It looks like there's 4 paths from here.
Should we just check out the garden?
Sure.
Kane will walk
Alright.
off that way.
Kane,
We might
I
save
need
some
you
food.
to do me one thing
Yes.
while I go and grab my DC. I need to know what the save I'm having you roll for, because I don't remember the top of my head.
Oh, there was a trap.
As you step between the threshold there, you feel something grasp the edge of your shirt. I need you to roll me an athletics or acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, that's a different check.
Mine is being made at advantage.
Acrobatics would be higher. Disadvantage. Yeah, I'm not beating a 23.
All right. As you all round the corner here, following along Kane, you notice for Tarvis specifically, because you do have your detect magic activated, and I'm looking at your passive perceptions now for everyone else. Morkag would also notice this. All right. Morkag, you would notice a very, very, very faint, translucent arm reach out from the hedge here. Blackened fingertips, elongated nails reach out and grasp Kane. Tarvis, you'd also see this. The arm would not be fully see-through. You can see that it's a bit more manifest than what Morkak is seeing, and would grasp Kane and drag him into the bush, disappearing. Kane, you're somewhere else. I'll have words for you in a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
Can I grab him before he disappears in the bush?
Unfortunately, no. You guys, even if you were following with the group, which I have been assuming you have been, Kane
have
did
been.
take the lead and jump there first. So technically, you'd be like right here. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I
Sir-
just hadn't been moving my token like I'm supposed to.
Tarvis's first reaction would be to hit the Dawn Hammer wildly at the hedge as he crashes into it.
All right.
You know,
Yeah,
if he's
so-
still in that hedge, you're going to hit him.
Let me go and send you a DM real quick.
What attack? What's your AC key? Okay.
Let's see, I need to go and describe it properly from my DM perspective real quick. There you go. Alright, now back down into the garden. As you are swinging out at the hedge, breaking through the brambles there, nothing's there. You have broken branches, there's plant matter upon the ground, but Kane is not there, and, well, whatever grabbed them is not there either.
Do I see any residual magic effects since I'm still detecting magic?
You would see the fading aura of conjuration.
Well, he's not here. Conjuration magic. He probably teleported somewhere.
Alright.
Great.
Say that. Go on.
You track him using magic?
I don't think so.
I guess he must be somewhere around here, right? So I guess we have no choice but to keep looking. Hopefully stumble on him before we all disappear.
As you're having this
Probably-
conversation, Morkag, your keen eye, you see arms begin to reaching up around the legs of Danu.
Danu!
As like with Kane, they are dragged down below into the ground itself. Disappear.
Well, there goes Daniel.
Get closer to each other. Get your ass back over here, Marquette.
You guys should get forward.
Get out of this enclosed space and find a open ground. I'm just looking for arms to smack with the hammer.
It's hard to know where to even be going. Real quick, Nerp, are we able to actually see this mausoleum over the hedges?
You can, yeah. It's a higher story, so it does appear over the hedges. Somewhat obscured by the tree, but you can see it. As you approach the garden, though, still a little freaked out that two of your companions have just disappeared, Morkag, you notice the plants themselves, originally they were in a normal, like here's a row of tomatoes, here's a row of carrots, here's a row of blah blah blah, random plants that you're seeing here, very much overgrown and probably at this point past when they should have been harvested. But you blink and they change, and they seem to disperse, some of them withering into blackened husks of their once form, others remaining vibrant and healthy. Those healthy seem to bring out a pattern that you can see with your passive investigation. Looking it over, it seems to spell out a word.
Huh. What's the word?
Help.
Morgan will relay that. He'll point it out to the others.
It's the druid.
That
Yes,
would
Mike.
make some sense. Though I don't know why he'd be up here.
I think he's using his ability to manipulate the plants.
I understand. Considering all we've heard, we thought he might be in the south. It's possible he's here, but I wonder why.
I probably
He
presume
was
South
here
because he was
doing
captured,
research
right?
of the song. And around the same time Lady Rosine died and her children died, but he was not back.
Mm.
Well, perhaps that mausoleum is a decent place to check. We saw Danu almost get dragged down, right? Perhaps they were pulled literally underneath us.
If
Ah.
it's a dimension door kind of effect, they shouldn't be too far, so I would say it's a good place to start.
Right then. The mausoleum up north then.
They could just as easily be in the house.
They could
Over
be.
here.
But
As you look up and see this strange woman staring at you, elongated nails, white, curly, lucent skin, flowing black mourning dress, she looks up. You see empty sockets. And that'll be where we call the session.
Lady,
I saw it too. I was like, oh!
we are here to help you.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But that's what we call the session. We'll do some more spooky stuff next time, and we'll resolve some what our captured companions are doing before we get to you guys next time. But
Yay!
hope you guys had fun, and we're gonna see if there's anyone we can raid.
real quick, I think they're probably in the mausoleum, because if they were in the house, the stuff would have probably started before we got to the garden.
All right, let us raid some more D&D. I like Critical Role. Let's do that. They're the first people that popped up, so. And they're doing some fancy stuff right now.
Thank you very much for running. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Very spooky. Like it.
indeed. All right, we have raided the Critical Role, and I will drop my shoop spoops now. All right.